And welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, part of the RSG crew. And welcome back, one and all. That noise you hear in the background is the Brown Gandalf, the government Wi-Fi seller, the Frenchie extraordinaire himself, Grande. He is, I don't know what he's doing. He's in his garage concocting some kind of new evil device for world domination.
I am in my garage.
Yeah, we can
concocting a new evil device.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can tell. I mean, the echo is strong with you.
Sorry.
Yes, I blame Finn. That's right. That's right, Sith Lord. I blame Finn. And also joining us, it's morning there. He's probably got his coffee and his croissant, his breakfast. Is Sir Loki, the lightsaber builder extraordinaire.
How you doing, man?
What's going on, man?
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yep, we're back better than ever doing lunch stream. We'll do some rating. We're gonna answer your questions. We're just gonna kind of hang out. No big whoop. You know, let me get my energy. Get my energy here. And the first thing we're going to do is, I think Grande is microwaving something. I don't know what's going on. But no Finn today. He is busy running around. Everyone's running around. It's the middle of the work week. But remember, we got our show tonight. Got a lot of cover. Where are my ships? I think it's that time of the show where I go and try to collect my shards for said Millennium Falcon. So if I can just find the Falcon here, we'll do that first. If you have questions, go ahead and get them in. I will be scooping them up and looking at them. Well, hello there, Fatality 2. All right, here we go. No, I don't want to enhance. I hit the wrong thing. No. All right, let's find. All right, we're going to do this one at a time. Let's see.
You got it.
Nope. First one, nope. Second one, nope. Third one, nope. Nope. And fourth one. Oh, we got one. Yay! And the next one. Nope. So I got one Millennium Falcon shard. I'm glad it's unlocked, but it's going to be a while for that sucker 7 stars. Oh my god, it's awful. This farm.
And whenever you get it, you'll be able to stick it in platoon.
I mean, you know, I'm trying. You know, let me do the Reaper here. All right, let's see. I'll just do the Reaper all at once. Screw it.
Focus more on the questions, Ranger.
Shut up, Finn. You're not even helping.
I can help now.
Oh, you can help now? Your meeting's done?
I was gonna jump in and help on the questions.
Look at see the crew has come together.
I know, can you believe it?
Captain
The gang's all
Planet,
back.
He's our hero.
The gang's all back. I can't believe it.
Welcome back. The
That's old
gang's
school.
together again.
I'm exhausted.
You sound exhausted.
Yeah, I think Loki needs to say the good word. Loki, you want to say the good word?
Oh, wait.
I don't know what the good word is. What are you talking about?
Bird.
Bird is the word. Oh, well, bird. Bird is the word. Oh, well, don't you know about
Bird is the
the
word.
Well, everybody knows that a bird is a
Bird is the word. Hey, don't you know about the bird? Hey, everybody knows that the bird is the word. Bird.
No, Loki. Last night,
Peter Griffin
around
dance.
1 o'clock your time, what happened?
Somebody
I don't know. I was sleeping, man.
Did you build a lightsaber, Loki?
You were. I think somebody got some Treya shards.
Oh yeah, we did. Well, I woke up this morning and I got them, so maybe you got them before me.
So yeah, we got Treya shards in our guild.
All right, congratulations.
It was.
That was a fun little. That was fun coordinating, man. It was really fun.
Oh yeah, it was way fun. I liked it.
All right, I'm seeing if there's any rec shard. And again, I go to the ship store, and there's no rec shard in that
I will-
spot for like.
I
10
will
days,
say though,
12
I was
days in
more
a row.
excited for the gear, man. I mean, honestly,
The gear was cool. The gear.
I got like 4 pieces fully crafted, dude. It was
The,
like
the
ridiculous.
regular shipments, the guild shipments credits was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
What else?
We got a mod question for you, Grande.
Oh, right off the bat, a mod question?
Mm-hmm.
What?
So the question is from Paul Morgan, and he says, "What are ideal numbers for mod secondaries? when leveling up a mod, what is the target mark to a secondary that you continue leveling up a mod? So, for example, 16 speed secondary is ideal.
Okay, so I will pretty much put speed on anybody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it runs for speed. I mean, I'll find a spot. I think it varies by the mod. What do I mean by that? It also depends on what you've got already available to you. A good example of this is protection triangles, especially protection triangles that are speed sets with a speed secondary. I'd take an 8 at this point. There's a bunch of mods that I would take that. So it kind of depends on what you've already got and if you can find a home for it. And where you are in your mod kind of progression. I would say another example of this would be like, there's certain mods that you already know are going to be super good. It almost doesn't matter even if they have speed or not. Let me give you an example of a mod that I would say would be really good. A mod that had over
9,000?
1,500, that had over 1,500 protection, flat protection. A mod that hit for larger than, let's say, 4% on like potency, or hit for over 4% on crit chance. That would mean that mod is almost as good as a set bonus at 15. So I would definitely continue to level those mods up. A mod that hit for offense over 100, flat offense. A mod that hit for over flat defense of like 20. Those are all mods that I would consider to be good mods and worthy of putting on somebody. But I will tell you that I spent a lot of time leveling mods to try and figure that out. And the other thing is that it really depends on what your roster is like already before you decide. A mod 6 months or a year ago that I would have thought was really good, today I would probably consider a C-rate mod for myself, but somebody else who maybe doesn't have what their whole characters modded out already might consider that a wonderful mod and tell me it's great. So personal progression level matters a bunch.
So let it be written. So let it be done. All right, so I just took my first order to Gear 11. Yay, so all my first order are Gear 11 plus.
Excellent.
So now I'm going to work on the Sith. All right, and we're going to go do the raid. So keep your questions coming in there.
We got more.
Oh, well, let's get to the questions. I'm just going to try to go do the raid, and then we'll see what kind of teams. So I'm going to break down what we're facing in this.
Grande, your bathroom is echoing.
Yeah, goddamn it, Grande, quit pooping.
I'm not in the bathroom. I'm outside.
Oh, well.
Oh, you take it out in the woods. Okay. Well, your woods are echoing.
I'm not even close to the bathroom.
The world is his bathroom. Okay.
The world is Grande's bathroom. I'll poop where I want.
All right.
I can just see it. He pulls off to the side of the road. He's just sitting there squatting, pooping. Cop comes up. He's like, "Sir, do you know what you're doing? Do you know who
This
I
is prison
am?"
life.
No, I'm Grande freaking Patron. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Continue pooping. No, I'm so sorry.
People have probably pooped more outside than they've pooped inside since humans have been around.
I mean, that's
just
true.
saying. Sometimes you got to go all unnatural.
Oh God. Happy lunchtime indeed, Captain Blackbeard. All right, let's see. I think I'll go with the raid team first. Let's go with the raid team. And for phase 4, I'm going to use the raid team with Scavenger Ray, Trooper, BB-8, and R2. Sound like a good team? All right.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Are you using Resistance Trooper?
Yeah.
Do you have a healer? Barris or something?
No.
Okay.
All right, question for Loki. Throw this at you. When do you suspect the Rey Jedi training event will return?
Probably during, maybe in May or something. I'm gonna say maybe the month of the new Han movie. Maybe they run her, and then alongside the new characters from the Han movie. That's what I'm gonna guess.
Hey, so for the new Han movie, did we get like a hero's digression? And we have regular Han Solo digress into the other Han Solo?
What other Han Solo? Like the ones that already exist?
No, like for the new movie.
So you want to regress which Han Solo?
Well, the youngest one, so that would be Raid Han. So we digress Raid Han into young Han.
I'm confused.
He
So
wants a reverse journey.
It's like a Benjamin Button thing. Right?
Yeah, Benjamin Button.
It's like Benjamin Button. That's exactly right. It's a Benjamin Button moment.
I'm confused.
We're gonna end up with the Han faction. I think that's what. I think they're gonna introduce a Han faction tag. It's just bound to happen at this point.
It's like he.
All right. Question from Revenator Ranger. No more rants today.
No, maybe one later on, but no.
The evening stream.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Because you have to talk. Not everyone watches a lunch stream, so when you
Yeah.
talk about territory wars.
Yeah, but I mean, do I really need to rant again, Finny Doodle?
Well, because not everyone on the Wednesday stream listens to the lunch stream, so
That's true.
yes,
I mean,
you have to rant for the peoples.
for the peeps.
Yeah, you got to rant for the peeps.
Let's just see how it goes. Maybe they made some changes. We had a couple client restarts between the last time and this time.
Oh, well, actually, let's see. We should figure out soon. Oh, but our lunch stream will be done. Because we're gonna
a little less than 2 hours, right?
Yeah, and we'll be done before that. So we'll know by stream time later if they improve the matchmaking at all. Okay, let's see. Going through here. Mike wants to know, Ranger, Mike Hunt wants to know how many Reaper shards you have.
I think I'm 30 out of 65.
Okay. There you go. Next question is from Shroud, and he says, I'm level 71. He was also first today in the chat. So
Yes, I saw.
shout out.
Nice.
So
Level
Shroud-
71.
And I don't have Thrawn, so should I get shards for Poe or Chopper in the Cantina shop?
He doesn't have Thrawn, so should he get shards for Poe or Chopper in the Cantina shop? He should go all in on Chopper until he can't Chopper anymore, and then go back to Poe.
I hope you
Yeah.
kill
Oh, we got $2 from
The
Paul
hard
Morgan.
one.
He said, my
The
nice
hard
sisters
one
held
be-
off 19 teams the last territory wars. Hey.
Very nice.
The hardest Phoenix character to get is actually Sabine right now.
Yep.
And so if you want to get Thrawn, the only way to get Thrawn is to use Chopper. The other thing is, Chopper's really underrated as a character.
I agree.
Chopper works on a BB-8 team. Chopper works on a droid team. Chopper works on a
Evasion lead team, he's really annoying. If you put him under like an old Ben or a Dooku, oh my god, it is freaking annoying to hit him.
Yeah. So do Chopper.
The Chopper.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah.
Let's see. Paul Bracamonte.
You can also hard node Poe, and Poe's hard nodes are really good, by the way. I still do Poe's hard nodes sometimes.
All right. Next question from Paul Bracamonte. How can they say we're excited to see what strategies the community comes up with and then get pissed when the community outsmarts them with Stormtrooper Han?
He's not wrong.
And they made him the character of the month.
I mean, I just don't think it's working as intended. I think they kind of didn't anticipate. I mean, we have so many characters now with uniques and leaders that there are some times that they forget about certain characters and how they work.
But you see the irony with the fact that he is the character of the month, right?
There is a lot of irony in that, straight up.
I have iron deficiency, yeah.
You need more meat.
How could you eat your pudding if you don't have any meat?
All right.
No, they just didn't test it, man. That's all it is. They got busy. I don't know what they do, but they got busy. So.
Yeah.
Well, we've said this before too with testing, right? You know, having 5 or 10 people or having 200 people. You know, it's you know, whenever you have 300,000 players jump on, someone's going to find something quick that that smaller group didn't think about. Just happens.
It's not science.
It is. It's a little weird though. Just to mention that the Stormtrooper Han thing, right? I'm fine with changing it. It probably isn't working as intended, and they just wanted to update it. That's fine. The going back a little bit, the new gun rate thing was a little bit different because it was working exactly as written, but they decided to change it so people couldn't cheese it. So the new gun rate thing is different, and I've seen people try to make the comparison. It's not quite the same. But the weirder thing is they put out that note about the hotfix for Stormtrooper Han, but when it came to the matchmaking, they just wrote, "Oh, we'll think about it on Monday."
Well, that's science.
So their priorities are a little...
They might need more data. Who knows?
Yeah, 60 million GP gap should be enough data that they messed up.
Well, it should be pretty easy fix. Just cap it at, 15 mil. I mean, pick a number, right? 10 mil. You know what I'm saying? But all you gotta do is hex edit the code and put 10 mil. That's it. Done.
Yeah, but if you don't have if you also have it coded that you can't repeat opponents, then like Team Instinct and Alliance Alpha at the top are screwed. Like, what are they going to do with no opponents?
The other thing too here is that we keep thinking of the matchup as like a one-time event, and they could be thinking of matchups as like a forever event, right? So if you have a guild that continues to lose, then maybe their gap or spread gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So let's say you have this really high GP guild, and for whatever reason they've lost 20 times in a row. They might need a lower GP opponent in order to give them a win, right?
Well, kinda. So again, this goes back to the whole tiebreaker issue and how the ties actually came about, right? If the team is a high GP guild and all they do is cheese defense, right? Then essentially you're rewarding somebody who's been cheesing defense the entire time the ability to get a win sometime down in the future. Versus just always losing because they're cheesing defense. So now you're giving them an opportunity to win because they're facing somebody that's a lower GP but has a better win rate.
But now it's harder to cheese, right? Because they fixed it.
Well, no. I mean, you can still cheese it. The ones that are cheesing either didn't care about territory war or they would rather just fight on offense. Either way, they put up something on defense that would basically cause them to gain second place rewards, which is still the case with the current system. Now, all you're doing is if the matchmaking system is based on your win-loss record, rather than just having all losses because they're just cheesing defense, they're now going to have the ability to get a win because at some point they're going to gain a 60 million GP difference simply because they lose by cheesing.
Yeah, so there's a way to game the system. Okay. I mean, we've always known there's a way to game. There's always a way to game almost any system out there.
No, but I'm not saying that's gaining the system. What I'm saying is it's actually rewarding the exact thing that they were trying to stop with the ties.
Right. So So what you're saying is that someone's going to lose 6 times in a row so they can win once.
But they're not going to do it intentionally. Like the whole tiebreaker system happened a lot because people were cheesing defense and both teams were getting full clears, right? That was like the largest occurrence.
No. They were both getting full clears, but I think we need to be really careful on whether or not we would call it cheesing, right?
Correct. Okay, that's fair. I did. That was one of the things I wanted to know, which is how much was it actually like cheesing versus non-cheesing? Like what percentage?
The other thing too is that I think that there are a level of degrees, right? I mean, if somebody puts in a whole wall of Ugnuts, you know, I don't think that's so great. But if a guild puts in like this especially happened in the beginning, they put in like a Jedi team, like even like a Zeta Jedi team, and they think it's going to be good on D, and it's just not. Then I'm okay with, you know, not calling that a cheese.
Yeah, no, what they essentially have to do is give us a percentage, right, that tells us what percentage of their guild GP was put on defense. And then that gives you a better indication versus that strategy, right? If they're just putting in crap characters, not even like groups, like even Jedi on defense, I'm fine with. I don't think it's necessarily awful because you do get a lot of foresight if it's a Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn, or if you want, you can put in like a I'm a Gundy lead for a counter in order to burn down certain squads or something, right? So there's a difference between strategy and cheesing. Cheesing is more based on how much GP they put on defense versus what they're capable of. And obviously, if you put weaker ones, then you allow for a easier clear.
The other thing now is with potentially 70 teams on defense, it would be really easy to call, you know, 20 of those teams cheese. Right? I mean,
but you don't look at the individual territory. You have to look at the map on a whole. Did they try to fortify anything? I think is the key. Did they front load or did they back load? And did they at least try to put some, I'm going to use meta, but it changes, but any strong like meta type teams?
I will tell you the one thing I like about those changes to 35 is now you can't have double walls of anything.
Yeah, that is true.
Without having double walls of anything, potentially you no longer have to require the entire guild to farm something. You only need 35 members to farm that thing.
Right.
So you can say, hey, there's 8. You know, here's 8 teams we want you to work on. You need 6 of them. You get to pick 2. You get to tell us, no, I don't want to farm that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess just comparing the old system to the new one, right? Let's assume that a guild is cheesing. So not all guild, you're correct that not all ties are due to cheesing. But let's assume that one guild was always cheesing defense in order to hold everything on offense and then just go offense. They get second place rewards and they're done. The new system actually rewards that versus the old system where they would just constantly get second place.
We're making a big assumption that they're tracking the overall win-loss rate of that guild.
Right. That the assumption that was brought up was that it may be that if you're losing multiple times, that you get an easier opponent and the gap increases.
Correct.
No, I think I know what Finn's trying to say. He's saying, assuming everybody cheeses defense to go with a hard offense, but you're assuming that you're going to get 20 banners going 1-for-1 and not losing anybody going on offense, right? But where it really screws you up is if you don't go 1-for-1, it drops to 15, right? If you clear with 5 tunes. Then if you go in the third time, I mean, at some point, it drops to 6 banners. So if you really screw up on offense, even though you cheese defense, they're not going to reward you if you can't take the team down in 1 or 2 tries. They're actually going to penalize you because that's 6 banners if it's 4+ attempts, right?
3+, yeah. You get 6 if you only have 1 character surviving at the end of victory on your 3rd attack.
Yeah, so I don't even see that awarding offense, honestly, because the other team could put a heavy defense, but if you cheesed your defense, we're taking all your stuff down 1 at a time, 1-for-1, and not losing anybody. And the other team's getting 20 banners. Right, but you're only getting 15 or 6, right?
Well, so that's part of it. But the people that cheese defense aren't doing it necessarily to win. It's because they just want to play on offense and they don't care. Because we've seen that. A lot of people don't put anything on defense because they'd rather play with their characters on offense. It has nothing to do about winning and losing. Now, the people that are facing them are often looking to win. So they put stuff on defense, they're looking for strategy, and then they come across a wall of level 70 gear 5 Ugnaughts. And so they get annoyed because now it's just they're basically forcing both of them into a tie. Now the new system,
but it's not though, because if you take it one
Not
for
anymore.
one,
Yeah.
no, not anymore. I'm saying previous.
you take
Previously
it one
it was
for one,
that way.
you got 20 banners, man.
Yeah. No. This was previously. So previously, people were getting upset because that would essentially result in a tie, resulting in both teams getting two second place rewards. Now you don't get that, right? But the team that was cheesing defense previously was pretty much always losing. Like they were always getting second place rewards. If they made this matchmaking thing to basically say if you're winning a lot, you're going to face harder opponents. If you're losing a lot, you're going to face easier opponents. At some point, previously, while the cheeser was always losing and getting second place rewards, after every 6 or 7 territory wars, let's say, the cheesing defense will actually face somebody with a 60 mil gap, and they can win.
Right.
And then they move back up.
Right, but they don't care, right? They should never be winning to begin with. The previous setup was never rewarding the cheeser
we
with
don't
a
work with the previous system. Now we work with the new system. And the new system
rewards people for cheesing every 6 to 7 raids versus previously where they would always get second place rewards for cheesing defense.
So it is possible that you could cheese and still win.
Well, yeah, I know, but that depending on where you are, that's rare. But it's happening.
Not
I agree.
necessarily. I mean, if you're going to get the same number of banners for setting a medium defense as you are for setting a super hard defense, right? So if you set a medium hard defense, let's call it Phoenix and droids, right? You do like a Phoenix, droids, and wigs, and I don't know, mall meta defense set. You set, let's say you set Mace and Tarkin as your fleet. So you've set kind of a medium defense, and then you go in and you win everything on offense with one attempt. You're gonna win.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's to Loki's point, that now you have to be even more cautious on offense because your defense is weaker, but you have to get that first-time victory because you've made your defense.
Yeah, in a sense, you can't cheese offense either anymore, right? Because there were guys cheesing
exactly. Offense. He made my point.
It's not a secret. There's guys cheesing offense, so you can't do that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, people were all upset about cheesing defense when those same people that were all upset about cheesing defense were cheesing the heck out of offense, man. I mean, they were like triple cheese on a quadruple cheesecake cheesing offense. I mean, they would go in and they would use the timer. They would put in weak teams to freaking blow all the cooldowns. They would go in and kill one tune and then go back in again and go back in again. And they'd go in they'd go in with 9 weak squads to kill one so that they could save their stronger deep offense squads. So the difference was if someone put in a weaker defense, you saw it right away. If someone went in with a weaker offense, it was hidden. But people did it.
Isn't multiple, well, at least it was. Using multiple attacks in order to defeat a team was part of the strategy. It's gone now.
Well, if you go in and you go in with 2 or 3 characters to blow all the specials, to then go in with a different, stronger team to win, how is that any different than cheesing on defense?
That's exactly the way Galactic War has been since the beginning.
So it's cheesing on
It's
offense.
not cheesing. It's using a strategy.
No, okay, well then go.
You're not able to reuse the character, so it's not like you're able to do it over and over again.
But you're making the exact same point for defense. Only you're making it for offense.
That's science.
Well, that's what the new system did. It prevented you from cheesing offense.
Correct.
So that's all it is.
The new system
That's the point.
Stops cheese offenses.
Right, but okay, so this is going to go back into a different conversation. But they didn't need to change the point system. what you're
agree.
saying still doesn't require you to change the point system. Just keep track of the number of attacks used, and then if it's a tie, the one that used less attacks wins.
So
I agree.
I don't have a problem with it. The reason why they went to the multiple different number of banners for offense had to do with, if you end up with multiple combinations, the more multiple combinations you have, the less likely it is to even come up with a tie. However, I understand what you're saying, that it is possible that that it is statistically possible for a team to actually have less wins and win without a full clear. However, it's highly unlikely.
I would argue that it is really easy for somebody to kill less teams and still have a higher score.
So if you're getting 700, if you're getting 600 banners for clearing a section, it's going to take a lot of 200s versus 6s to make up that difference. While it is mathematically possible, I bet it's really freaking low. I mean, the forums didn't blow up with it this week, did they?
No, they were so upset because how can you test it when you have a 50 and 60 million gap difference between the person you're facing? I mean, you can't even tell if you're fighting somebody on even ground and then like, yeah, well, we lost because we killed less and that's because we faced a 40 million GP. Like, you can't even tell that with this one.
Okay, have we beat this horse?
Yes, let's get to some more
like
questions.
8 times?
Are we beating more horses? Is that what you're doing outside, Grande, in the woods? Hooping and beating horses?
No, I'm taking my dog out because it's the middle of the day and she needs to go outside.
He bareback rides horses.
Mm-hmm.
On the beach.
Nice. No saddles. Wow.
Right. No saddle, baby.
So Deemer is asking,
this boot.
question, is Grande calling in from a cave after spelunking?
I mean, for real.
Is this room echoing real bad?
Because he's Batman.
Okay, what else 73 asks, what is the opinion for mods for Scion?
Fast
Loki, you want to answer it?
Yeah, go Loki.
Fast and tanky. You might need potency. You might need a potency cross, and he's got to land pain. If that guy doesn't land pain at all, he's useless, unfortunately. He's got a crit, right? Is that what it is? He got a crit to land pain? Is that what it is? He's got a crit for something, so
Yeah.
you might want to keep that into consideration as well. That's why he doesn't work with Nihilus Lead, because Nihilus prevents him from critting. But speed set, maybe potency cross,
Lots
so
of
like
health.
double potency kind of thing.
Health protection, big time, because he's a tank.
Well, he gets his health back, so I wouldn't worry about it. Probably just protection. But he's got to land pain.
You should always
and
use
he's gotta
protection,
crit.
Loki.
I'm sorry?
You should always use protection.
Absolutely. I use sheepskin so I can still feel it.
Well, if you don't cover, she'll be a mother. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, the lambskin ones, especially if she has a latex allergy.
Okay, let's move
Make
on.
sure you use the lambskin.
Yeah, whatever it is, sheepskin, lambskin, it's all the same.
Who's a she, Aldo?
But they're kind of expensive, bro. They're kind
You know
of
they don't.
expensive.
You know they don't protect against AIDS too, man.
No,
Still
you don't
be-
want the.
Well,
You don't want the AIDS.
I feel like we're digressing from
Yeah.
Galaxy of Heroes now.
Yeah,
At first,
yeah,
I thought you were talking about Aldo, and now it's gone.
No, yeah, it's gone. Oh, Lord. Our next question, Finn.
All right, next question is from Fatality V2, and he says, I noticed I can't max out my capital ship ability. It says available in a future update, but some people have them. Where's the ability mats available in packs?
That was the ship omegas, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Ship
You had to buy
Omegas is
'em.
what he's talking about.
Yeah, you had to buy them. They were in the 4 cash packs.
That was, what, like a month ago, right?
A long
No,
time
more than a
ago.
month ago. It's been like
Oh, speaking of, I just noticed this. They now do call them out as max
Yeah,
on the ones that have hit 7 already.
oh, they
That's a
do.
new.
yeah,
That's
they
new.
could max.
All right, guys. I can take Rex to gear 12. Should I do it?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
Gear 12 Rex. Absolutely.
No, they're whales. Don't do it. There has to be some.
That's a trap. Right.
There's usually some. Rex is awesome, but he's still limited in usage elsewhere. I don't know what else you have that uses that gear though.
Nihilus, but he's not even close. So.
And then if you have the ship's Omegas, now it says max if you put them on somebody.
Yeah. They haven't really shipped Omegas yet, so it might be coming soon. Maybe they're gonna give us Han Solo Millennium Falcon and then release the ship Omegas.
I forgot who I spent mine on. I think I spent it on 5s and the Umbaran Starfighter.
I think I put mine on Pistons U-Wing.
Did you really?
Yeah. I think it's more turn meter or something like that.
All right, next question is from Adamtron, and the question is, after the release of Chimera, there's been like no movement at all in ships. Do you think EACG has just sort of intentionally forgotten ships?
I think they're trying to get players excited about ships.
And no new ships is a good way of doing it.
Yeah, I would say no, because they just recently made it so you can use your building materials for mods. So they wanted everybody to burn their building materials on mods, and then they're going to drop a shitload of ships on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my prediction.
Yep, it's a trap.
It's a trap.
I'm an idiot. I fell for it. So I'm out of ship building materials. I think I only have like 20 million left. I had 120 million. I'm an idiot.
It's worth it. I think the mods will last longer.
Damage. All right. Loki sniff glue.
Oh, we got $2 from Vigilant Sentinel.
Oh, what did he say?
He said, "Do you think we will ever see Actress or HK50?"
Ooh.
Yes.
Probably.
I'd love it. Yeah.
We'd love it, but oh man, it'd be so nice. Be so nice.
Hold on, let me catch up on the chat here. And next question is from Norin Rad. And he asked a question for Grande. On a character like Snowtrooper, how do you decide whether to go for pure offense or a crit chance, crit damage set?
So we've had this conversation before about you go crit damage, crit chance. If their base crit chance is over 40%. So let's take a character like Snowtrooper and let's look at him. So Snowtrooper, when we look at his abilities, his crit chance is like 33%. That's what mine's sitting at, 33%. So you probably want to go for an offense set versus a crit chance, crit damage set. Would you agree, Finn?
Kinda. So I agree if Snowtrooper is by himself, you would do that. But if you put him under Veer's lead, Veer's gives him 15% crit chance. So now he's going to be going from 33 to 48%. And now you're better off with crit chance and crit damage. And the fact that Snowtrooper...
And the fact that it reduces cooldowns.
Exactly. So you may not... It depends how you want to build it. You may just want to go even more on crit chance purely in order just to make use of his cooldown reduction. To see how far, because if you can get 100%, and this is a lot for dark side territory battles too. Like if you can crit on all six of the rebels that show up in there, you'll basically just reset the whole thing and just keep on like mass AOEing with him, and it's pretty nasty.
You could actually mod him. That's right. So you could actually mod him for all crit chance sets, and then put a crit damage triangle on him.
Yep.
And that might be a better way to do it. Because now you're going to get his crit chance over 45, and then you put him under a crit chance leader, and he's critting all the time, which means he's doing his AOE all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a specific case. That's not every character is not going to be like that.
Right.
I mean, we picked Snowtrooper, which has a crit type ability. We didn't pick like, I don't know, Ugnaught. I think whether or not they do an AoE, whether or not they have cooldowns, whether or not the leader you would put them under would matter, whether or not you'd put them on a team where one of the uniques is shared. I think all that kind of stuff matters.
Yeah, and buffs also. Don't forget about that. Because, like, if you run a Han or a Leia, they can give crit chance up. And then your crit chance will go up above whatever. So,
right. Like, for example, you're probably going to be running Snowtrooper with Stark, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're running him with Stark, then Stark's going to give crit chance, crit damage up.
So just make sure you know your characters. I think that's the main thing. Know your characters. Know the squad you're putting in. It's not you can look at things in a little bit of an isolation type of thing, which is if it's just this character by himself, these are the stats. What do I mod him? But if you're taking it to the next level, you have to make sure you know how your team works together. What are the different abilities? What are the different buffs he can and cannot get? How will that affect it? And then you can decide what mod sets to put on him. So it's never simple, but in any case, I don't think Snowtrooper you would usually do with offense sets since he's going to be under Veers most of the time.
That's science.
So Mad Dad has a question. He says, how cool would it be if they released another Millennium Falcon from the Han movie? Since the in-game Millennium Falcon is called the Episode 7 Millennium Falcon, which is, by the way, blasphemy.
Oh, man, we've been talking about Millennium Falcon stuff for forever.
We still don't have one that Han is a pilot for.
No, the next one we're going to get is going to be the one that Lando and that Nub guy drive. What's his name?
Nub.
It's not his name. I'll think of it here in a minute. The guy that looks like a fish.
The Nub guy.
Nien Nub. I don't know how you say it. N-U-N-B. Nien Nub.
Nine Nub.
There you go.
Good Lord.
Nine. I say Nien, but it's N-I-E-N. I don't know how exactly you're supposed to say it.
Bunch of heathens.
He looks like a porg. There we go. Next question is from Addix Mathma says, what did I miss? You missed everything, Addix. Okay, so David Bond asks, what change do you think they're going to apply to stop Stormtrooper Han?
So the way it works right now is isolation is supposed to be a two-way street block, which means abilities from the group don't affect that one character, and abilities from that one character don't affect the group. Right now, it is abilities from that group don't affect that one character. However, abilities from that one character do affect the group. The way to change this is to put a no-no sign on both directions instead of just a no-no sign in one direction. Effectively, what isolation does is it turns a two-way street into a one-way street, and what we need to do is we need to turn a two-way street into a blockade.
That's science.
And civil engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next question, Doc Ariak. Did you see Traya hitting a stealth acolyte on her second hit after a zombie when she pops back up?
I have not, but
her little fireball though does like AoE, doesn't it?
Her basic, yeah.
That electrical ball that she throws out.
Yep.
That one does a little bit of damage, so it might have gotten hit. I mean, you can hit stealth tunes, so that's the only thing I can think of.
Yep, she has the AoE thing. I think it's like 25% damage to everyone else besides the primary target or something.
Yeah, and then if she has stacks of bonds of weakness, then Acolyte's going to be in red health anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right, let's see. Josue Garcia, question. So I just unlocked Hermit Yoda. Besides a speed set, what should the second mod set be for him?
Let's go look.
Speed. Health and protection.
Yeah, Hermit Yoda is a little squishy.
He's a little tiny bit squishy.
He stealths to avoid it, but it still would help to stealth to give him a little bit, especially since characters have AoE abilities and you don't want him just going down too quickly. I mean, he has a lot of health and protection. It's just his armor is a little lowish. Let's see, who else? What else could you put on him?
So you could put defense sets to help his armor.
Yeah.
Or you could put stats with high defense on him. Flat defense, not percentage defense.
Yep. Let's see, what else?
Speed set, defense set, maybe. Or a speed set, health set.
And all of his abilities give everybody 10% of their health, not Yoda. So yeah, I think defense set might be the way to go with him. He's also interesting because he's one of the higher base tenacity characters as well. So he's one of the few characters where you may benefit from putting a lot of tenacity on him in order to overcome that initial 100% potency gap. But he's stealth, so you're not going to really be able to target him anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think defense is the way to go. He's very low armor and very squishy. Okay. Let's see. Stama Ospuff, this is just more of a comment, but he says he won his territory war by 1 point. The new system is so messy to track.
God.
Whoever
by 1 point.
By 1 point. I feel bad for the one person on the other team. It's like you won with only one character left. If you had 3 left, you would have won it. It's so bad.
That would suck, dude.
That's great, man.
Let's see. Okay, question from Corey Dalmeyer. I have the vets at 30 out of 65 and 15 out of 30. With 3 Cantina refreshes a day, how long will it take to 7-star them? Will it be ready in time?
There's a website that'll show you all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The basics of the math, by the way. So your natural refresh in a day of Cantina energy is 120. You also get 45 energy boosts at noon, at whatever your local time is. And then you do 3 refreshes, right? So between the 3 refreshes, your natural energy, you get to 480 Cantina energy. And then you add the 45, so you're at 525, or 520 525 Cantina energy. The vet nodes are 16 energy per day, right? So you'll divide 525 by 16, and then the drop rate is around 1/3. So then you divide that number by 3. That'll tell you how many shards per day you'll average. From my experience, is a little bit lower. So, but that'll give you just a rough estimate as to how long it'll take. The other thing too, I don't know about you guys, Grande and Loki, and Ranger 2 when we were doing it. I didn't want to take a single character up to, for those only, for the vets, I didn't want to take one character all the way to 7-star. Primarily because I was trying to save crystals in case I needed to purchase shards for them from the shipments, which I needed to. And if you have one character at 7-star, and the other character is not a 7-star, you can only buy the shards for one character from the shipments. So basically, I was alternating which one I was bringing up. So I brought like Veteran Han up to 5-star, and then Chewie up to 5-star, and then took Han to 6, and then Chewie to 6, so that I could always buy shards from the shipment and not have to worry about whether or not the character is already 7-star. So in general, we always say take the character straight to 7-star, but in this case, because of the way you might have to buy it, I would say maybe it's better to alternate. So the one that's 15 out of 30 for you, you may want to bring up a little bit and catch them up. Because without both of them, it's useless anyways.
It's science.
Sword of the Jedi question. I'll throw this to Loki. What happens if you don't fill defense? Does the other team get a first-time win on an empty spot?
I don't know. We haven't tried that.
It says it in the game. If you'll go in and look on the screen, it actually tells you what happens. So if you look on the details screen, let me find it. There's a spot where it tells you they win like a.
That's on offense.
For it.
I mean, I'm assuming you don't get the 30 banners, right? But is he asking if I put one tune as a defense team? Is that what he's asking? Or
no, I think he's saying if you don't put anything in. So
you forfeit the 30 banners. That's 30 banners each, right? So that's
but
700 or what's the math on that? 30 times 35, right? If we're
so essentially they made defense worth more than any offensive attack can ever be for a reason. Because if you don't put something on defense, right, you have negated yourself 30 banners or 34 if it's a fleet, right? So you've already deducted 30 from yourself in order to prevent your opponent from getting a maximum of 20. So you've already created a deficit for yourself of at least 10 banners or 14 banners in the case of a ship. So that's essentially what happens. They don't automatically get the victory, but essentially you prevent them from getting 20 banners, but you've also reduced your banners by 30. So it's always better to fill the defense rather than just going on offense. Unless you're a really low guild and you're like only have a few squads that you can even place on defense, and then the strategy is a lot different.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, if you only had 25 members, I think your strategy would be, because that's the minimum number of members you have to have that you can even enter TW.
Mm-hmm.
I think your strategy would be way different.
All right. Let's see. Going through here. See what other questions we have as we're coming down to the end. Bone Daddy. Question: does Ranger have a job?
No. I'm a full-time student.
Yep.
You used to have a job.
Yeah, I was a account manager.
And an Army Ranger. That's the job.
Yeah, 11 years. Oh,
can't forget that one. That's like the most important job.
Yeah, you know, jumping out of planes, all that kind of cool stuff. Those days are past me. They are no more.
Bradzo, question: what are your favorite defensive teams in Territory War?
I love me a Kylo Ren and Mass team. I like CLS with Old Ben, OG Han, Captain Solo, and Ahsoka. That's another team I like. What else do I like on defense? I'll give it to you guys. Come up with two.
I like Jen's team with Cherutin Bays and K2SO and Cassian.
Jedi training Rey and Emperor Palpatine.
Yep. Well, not on the same team.
No.
But yeah.
No. Two different teams. Oh God, that would be one awful
Jesus Christ.
Team. That would be one of those. All my high-powered teams got put into one team type of clique. It's so bad.
With a Zeta Cody. That's a good measure.
Oh Lord.
All right. Next question, Nathaniel Morgan. Who should I farm from Arena? Ugnaught, Greedo, Savage, HK, Cup, ETH, or Newt? I want maximum cheese. Newt.
Newt Gunray.
What did you say?
Cheese. Newt Gunray makes almost every cheese team as the leader.
Mm-hmm. For the cheese, you need the stealth, and then you give a bonus to stealth.
I love it.
God.
Maximum cheese. That is fantastic.
Maximum cheese. Michael D. Question. My troopers can win the IPD mission without Veer Zeta. Would you still do the Zeta on him before Scion? I plan on using the Nightmare team once Scion is at Gear 11.
No. Do Scion then.
Yeah.
I would still do Zeta Veers for the raid.
I would still do Zeta Veer. Scion just doesn't seem to be panning out the way he looks on paper.
Oh,
I fought him a few
talking
times.
about,
He doesn't
you're
seem
talking
all that
about once they've got a 7-star IPD, that you're going to need a Zeta Veers in order to finish day 6. That's what you're saying, Loki. Make a good point.
Yeah. You need him for days. You need him for phase 6, a dark side territory battle, and you need him in the new Sith raid. I'll just put it that way. You need Zeta Veers.
Yeah.
Oh, got him. He's nice.
I don't know. What do you guys think about Scion? I face a couple on my shard, and he doesn't seem all that threatening, to be honest.
Is he fully
You
maxed?
have to take him out relatively soon. I mean, you can't let him just sit there and, get all of his buffs off and debuffs.
Yeah, but if you're facing him with, it's basically a semi-mirror match. So it's an Emperor Palpatine lead versus Emperor Palpatine lead. I put in a Han Solo because my Vader's a little bit slower, so I stop their Vader. And then there's like almost no threat from Scion. Like once you shock Scion, he's kind of just stuck.
I agree.
And I mean, if they put in like a Kenobi or something on there too, you're usually running a Thrawn in order to counter him. And I mean, his pain and everything is nasty, but only if you let it continue on for so long. Like he takes too much time to build up. And Emperor Palpatine teams go really fast. I guess I'm just not seeing him working too much better than what the already existing EP meta was to invest too heavily in him.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully he's going to be better with Traya lead, but by the time people, even the top guilds get Trey at 7 stars, he's going to be free to play anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And they'll
That's
have
what I'm waiting on, honestly. I mean, I see your point, Finn. I agree with you. He needs to land debuffs. That's the problem with him. And landing debuffs hasn't been meta for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, pain isn't locked, right? So
No.
you can dispel it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, if you run a Kenobi, that's just gone. So
Yeah, it's gone, and the whole other team gets turn meter one more time. But it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
His cooldowns are too long. I mean, we said it before in the stream. It's all about the cooldowns and how they're reduced, and you got to run all 3 of them, and maybe it's going to help. So you got to run the trail lead with Nautilus inside.
Yeah.
For it to really work.
yeah, I think Traya will make him better once we're able to use that lead, and then you get the actual triumvirate together. And that's assuming that Young Han doesn't come in and break that meta already.
Listen here.
Young Han, the counter to Scion.
Me and Chewie can take on these Sith. Isn't that right, Chewie? Oh, no. Shut up, Chewie. We were drunk.
Okay, so just going as our last question here to go back. Oh, we'll see if we can get in more, but follow up to the territory war defense question. King Castern asks, what if you just don't set defense? Does the other guild not get points for offense? Correct. Yeah, they don't get points for offense, but the points that they generate on offense is less than what you get on defense. So you put yourself in the hole.
Yeah.
So even if you put nothing on defense, right, and you go, like, we're talking about cheesing, but let's say you put 0 on defense and just go straight offense, right? You cannot beat the other team. It's impossible. Because you cannot generate more banners than they have on offense. Or they have on defense. So they got 30 banners for each of the teams that you're defeating, and you get 20. So you're automatically down at least 10 banners for every team. So it is impossible for you to win if you do not set defense. Not to mention, if it's already set, if you don't fill out like an entire territory, they already get the conquest points for an empty territory. So they'll be
science.
Yep. So they'll be their max already, and your max will not be able to surpass their max. So don't put nothing on defense. It's a bad idea. All right, that gets us to 1 o'clock.
No more questions?
Well, we have a lot of questions, but it's 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow. You know.
And we have a night stream.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yes, I know, Finn.
I'll try and grab all these questions for our Q&A, actually, for later.
Okay. All right. I guess I will do the closing. Hold on, I'm setting up my trooper team to go in and face the old Scion thing. So if you remember tonight, guys, we have the night stream, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be covering all the latest and greatest of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes on the stream tonight, breaking down all the latest news and notes and what's it all mean to everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. That really helps the stream grow, helps us get our information out there. Make sure you spread the word tonight about the stream. I will be pimping it later, don't worry. Also, we got the iTunes store. If you want to listen to this later on, you can. Just go to the iTunes store and you can download it there. We also have the store where you can buy merchandising for RSG. You can go and pimp your stuff in our channel. It says pimp your RSG stuff. If you have questions, come to our Discord. Discord is linked below. You can come in there, ask your questions. There's a ton of people in there that will be more glad to help you out. And then, am I missing anything, Finn? Trying to think.
The phone number, if they have a question.
Yeah, if you have a question, we got the phone number, but it's, man, I'm getting spammed by that damn thing. These stupid people.
Yeah, I know.
It's awful.
We get a lot of missed calls from like
Spammers.
People that are calling the wrong number.
Yeah, spammers.
I think they're hoping it's for getting Revan into the game, and instead they're getting RSG.
Yeah. So all right. So everybody, we will see you tonight. Everybody be safe, and we will holler at you later. Bye.